Life of permanent health. Right now, as I'm recording this video, I'm at the ripe young age of 44. Most people that see me and speak to me think that I am somewhere in my mid 30s or even maybe early 30s. Some other friends who've known me for a long time typically say, gosh, you haven't changed a bit since they've known me in my late teens, when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. And that is true, even though I've actually been stressing quite a bit, perhaps comparatively to some other people. In the last 7 to 8 years, I've certainly de-stressed effectively 100%. And sometimes I'm a little bit hesitant to make these claims because, well, who am I to even state my own subjective truth? So if I say to people I'm very distressed, I'm zero stress, they might say, oh, he's just saying that because it's a kind of egotistical statement, it makes it sound good, maybe for the Fresh Mind videos and the whole Fresh Mind brand. However, nowadays we've got these puppies. So I've been monitoring my stress for months and months and months now. And I'm a very, very active person. I play tennis, often 2 hours, 3 hours a day, very intense matches for our ages. Actually, sometimes I'm playing 20-year-olds. In fact, often I'm playing 20-year-olds, even teens. And my stress levels are not going up. My heart rate is going up, but my stress is down. Objective measurements here. And why is that? Well, first of all, it's because I've sorted this thing out, my mind. And that mind is actually situated across my entire body. And the outcome of sorting this thing out is that stress does not shoot up. I am actually objectively meditating no matter what I'm doing. Right now, I'm meditating. Earlier in the day, I was playing tennis and I was meditating. Later on, I'll be walking or cycling and I'm still meditating. So, objectively, I am in a state of permanent active meditation. Stress is at a level that a typical meditator would be at when, let's say, they might say there's a difference between active meditation and regular meditation, which kind of would be passive, I guess. But to me, it's like all meditation is active, because if you're just meditating for the sake of meditating, you're actively trying to reduce your stress down. Well, I'm active and my stress is down all the time. And I'm talking about it's in the lowest, so from the range goes from very low, like super relaxed, to normal, to then just above normal, and then it goes up high. So I'm talking in my stress levels are at very low level, that super relaxed level. So for many years I've been saying this as a subjective truth, but now I have it as an objective, proved, measured fact of life. So it's both subjectively true to me and objectively proven, which makes me doubly sure that I'm not chatting BS and I'm not making this doo-doo up. It's not doo-doo, it's factual, scientific, subjective and objective truth. This is the reason why I look so young and healthy and energetic and proactive at this ripe young age of 44. I've cracked the maze of life in the sense of staying young, irrespective of the circumstances, and staying healthy and keeping that way no matter what the circumstances are. And increasingly the circumstances are changing all the time. The life is becoming more and more, let's say, complex or tricky to deal with, yet my stress levels are staying low. Yet I'm actively meditating, and yet people often look at me as weird, right? Just few people walked past and they're like, what's this guy doing, like vlogging in the middle of a park where everyone else is just kind of like petting their dogs or whatever, and is trying to get into that like zero stress situation, but still often are kind of stressing about little bits and bobs that just arise in the surrounding circumstances. So there you go. That's the answer. That's why I'm looking as 30 something at the age of 40 something. So let's say a shave of a decade. You know, if I was like a little bit more shaven and prepped up and whatever you have, I would look even younger. And in my mind and heart, I feel 20 something. So that's really my, let's say, spiritual age. Let's say that spirit of 20 something is still ticking away in this body that is 44 on the kind of earthly calendar years, but also a spirit of a wise old man who has the wisdom of clocking oneself. When we look at something like 10 ox herding pictures of Buddhism, I've gone round that block at least once. And actually, I would say I've gone round that block in a number of realms of life, number of expertises. Certainly one expertise being the expertise of self, let's say, but also expertises of design, family life, parenting, for example. I would say music making as well. Increasingly nowadays, like video making and recording, public speaking for sure. And I'm going through a process of clocking that whole thing in the realm of tennis and things like that. So 10 ox herding pictures of Buddhism apply not just for, and I would certainly say the key thing is to clock oneself and actually go through the loop of understanding life from beginning, middle, and the end, and then be able to live it fulfilledly and from the full self-presence and self-actualized state and position, perspective even. But also it's possible to clock it in other realms of expertise. So this is all an outcome of the Fresh Mind program and doing this a number of years ago now and monitoring myself over the years and seeing whether this is something that really permanently sticks or whether it was just the kind of thing that I tapped into and then, you know, it had gone. No, it's permanently there, and I'm actually looking to get younger with the years, and I know now with a capital K that this is possible. So let's see in 10 years time what I look like. If you want to know how to tap into ever-present state of bliss, peace, joy, happiness, reverence, and health with a capital H, reach out to me. Check it out on freshmind.life.